Hey everyone, this is Aubrey from Piece by Piece Living, and today I'm going to show you how I make my matcha lattes, specifically my iced matcha lattes. I like matcha lattes because it gives you that boost of energy, and it does have caffeine in it because it's pretty much green tea. So I kind of like to use it as an alternative to coffee because sometimes I'm very sensitive to coffee, and coffee will make me feel kind of anxious, like my heart's beating fast and I just feel like nervous. It's really weird. So when I want that extra caffeine but I don't want to have the jitters from coffee, I will go ahead and make a matcha latte. It's also easier on the stomach because it's not as acidic as coffee, and it's also really easy to make. So let me go ahead and show you some of the ingredients that you'll need for my matcha latte recipe. For my matcha latte, I am using the Thrive Market matcha. There's another brand of matcha that I like better, and I will try to link it down below. And for the cocoa butter, I went ahead and picked up cocoa butter wafers because they're a little bit easier to melt. For the ingredients, you are going to need some collagen peptides, a mason jar, and you're also going to need a milk frother. You don't absolutely have to have this, it just makes everything easier to mix. And then you're going to use some pumpkin pie spice or cinnamon. And then you've got your matcha, and then I'm using some cocoa butter wafers. To sweeten it, I'm going to go ahead and use alcohol-free liquid stevia. And then to add a little bit of flavor, I'm also going to be using peppermint flavoring. This one's non-alcoholic. And then you're also going to need some spirulina powder and some hot water. Let's go ahead and assemble this iced matcha latte. So first, what I'm going to do is add 4 ounces of hot water. You just need enough water to get everything to dissolve. I use the mason jar because the mason jar has a built-in marker for the ounces. So I'm just using 4 ounces of hot water. And then I'm going to add my cocoa butter wafers so that they can start melting. And then I'm also going to add in my matcha latte. And I'm just going to let everything melt together. I'm also going to add half a teaspoon of spirulina and 1 scoop of the Vital Proteins collagen peptides. This will also dissolve as well. I purchased this big old one from Costco. All right, so this is the fun part. Oh, you also want to put in your pumpkin pie spice. So I just do a few little things of it. And then you're going to get your milk frother. This is just a battery operated one I picked up at some random store. And so what I'm going to do is just put it in here, turn it on, and mix everything up. Once it's all mixed together, I'm going to go ahead and just let it sit so that everything can really fully dissolve, and then I'll mix it again. So everything has been blended together, and then I went ahead and let it sit so it can dissolve further. Now I'm just going to blend it one more time to really make sure it's all smooth and it's dissolved. And this is why you need hot water, because if it's just lukewarm, your matcha will not dissolve at all. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and sweeten it. Today I'm using the alcohol-free stevia from the brand New Natural. Sweetening the matcha latte really is just like per your own preference. So if you don't like things very sweet, you might not want to add as much liquid stevia. And it's better to start with a little bit and then just add some more later if it's not sweet enough for you. And then I also add a little bit of peppermint flavoring because I just like the cooling effect of it. So I probably use about 1/4 teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon. Probably more like 1/4 because this stuff is pretty potent. Just like that. And then this is where you're going to add your milk of choice or your milk alternative. I've tried coconut milk, almond milk, and lactose-free milk, and honestly, they all work just fine and they all taste good. Today, I've opted for lactose-free milk. And because I'm using the mason jar and it already has markers for the ounces, what I'm gonna do is take it all the way up to 12 ounces with the milk. So right there to 12 ounces. And then once again, I'm gonna go ahead and blend everything really well. Once you pour in the cold milk, it'll help your matcha latte to cool down a bit so that when you add the ice won't melt from the hot matcha. And just keep blending. And now we're gonna add ice. I have my tall glass of ice, so I'm just gonna pour my matcha right over it. All right, everyone, so here is my iced matcha latte. This is a fantastic alternative for coffee if you don't like the jitters that coffee gives you. It has quite a bit of caffeine in here, so it will keep you awake if you need that extra boost. It tastes really good. And a bonus is because I used the liquid stevia, it's also sugar-free. And if you would have replaced the lactate milk with almond milk, unsweetened almond milk, it really would have been low carb, low sugar. So I hope you guys try this and you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye.